I'm going to tell you about two true crime cases, two completely separate stories that happened in California. One will restore your faith in human courage, the other will chill you to the bone. At the end, I'm going to tell you something about these cases that will make you question everything you think you know about fate, family, and the randomness of evil. Both stories are 100% true. Both are verified by FBI records, court documents, and news reports. And the connection between them, well, let's just say the odds of what I'm about to reveal are so astronomical that if you wrote it as fiction, no publisher would believe it. So, settle in, because by the end of this, your mind will be completely blown. I'm Matt. Welcome back to Mysterious 51. Case number 1, the boy who refused to give up. Our first story begins with a 7-year-old boy walking home from school in Merced, California. Picture this kid, just a normal second grader in a farming town, probably thinking about lunch or cartoons or whatever a 7-year-old thinks about. A man approaches him, says he's just collecting money for his church, offers the boy a ride home. The boy gets in the car and disappears for 7 years. The kidnapper, Kenneth Parnell, takes the boy to a remote cabin, changes his name to Dennis, tells him his parents don't want him anymore, that a judge has given Parnell legal custody. The boy believes it because he's 7. And adults don't usually lie about things like that. For 7 years, this kid lives as Parnell's captive, goes to school under a fake name, has friends who don't know his real identity, gets abused nightly by his captor. But here's where our boy becomes a hero. In 1980, when he's 14, Parnell kidnaps another child, a 5-year-old boy named Timothy White. And our teenager, who has been psychologically manipulated for 7 years, makes a decision that will define the rest of his life. He refuses to let Timothy suffer what he suffered. On March 1st, 1980, he waits until Parnell goes to work. Then he literally carries 5-year-old Timothy on his back and hitchhikes 40 miles to safety in the middle of the night. I couldn't see Timmy suffer, he later told reporters. It was my do or die chance, and I also would be coming home for doing something positive. Both boys are rescued. The teenager becomes a national hero. TV movies are made about him. He gets married, has children, works with child safety organization, a genuine happy ending to an unspeakable nightmare. And then, in 1989, at age 24, he dies in a motorcycle accident. Our hero's story ends there. A young man who survived 7 years of captivity, who saved another child's life, who inspired a nation, killed in a random traffic accident. Now, let me tell you about a completely different case. Case number 2, the Yosemite Killer. February 15th, 1999. 3 women are staying at Cedar Lodge, a motel just outside Yosemite National Park. Carol Sund, 42, her 15-year-old daughter Julie, and their 16-year-old friend Sylvania Pelosio from Argentina. They're on vacation, sightseeing, having fun. A handyman at the hotel knocks on their door, says there's a water leak he needs to fix. They let him in. He pulls a gun, binds all 3, strangles Carol Sund, sexually assaults the teenagers. Then he puts 2 bodies in their rental car, drives 15-year-old Julie to a remote location, and slits her throat. Burns the car with the other bodies inside. This monster even sends the FBI a hand-drawn map with a chilling message. Quote, "We had fun with this one." Unquote. 4 months later, he strikes again. On July 21st, 1999, he spots 26-year-old naturalist Joey Armstrong near her cabin in Yosemite. Holds her at gunpoint, binds her, forces her into his truck. When she jumps out and tries to run, he chases her down and decapitates her. The FBI finally catches him because witnesses spotted his distinctive 1972 International Scout near the crime scene. When they arrest him, he confesses to all 4 murders. During his confession, he tries to negotiate. He wants 3 things: pornography, money for his family, and to be in a federal prison near his relatives. The FBI agent tells him to pick one. Obviously, he chooses the pornography over money for his family, over being near the people who love him. He's convicted of 4 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to death. He's currently on death row at San Quentin, where he belongs. So there you have it. 2 cases from California, 1 boy who survived hell and became a hero, 1 man who became a monster and destroyed innocent lives. Completely separate stories, right? Random acts of evil and courage that just happen to occur in the same state. Wrong. The 7-year-old kidnapping victim who became a hero, his name was Steven Stainer. The serial killer who murdered 4 women in Yosemite, his name was Cary Stainer. They were brothers. The same parents, the same house, the same last name, the same childhood. One brother kidnapped, becomes a hero, dies young. The other brother becomes a serial killer. While Steven was being held captive for 7 years, Cary was at home watching his family fall apart. While Steven was getting TV movie deals and national recognition, Cary is pulling his hair out, literally, and being known only as a kid whose brother was kidnapped. When Steven died in that motorcycle accident in 1989, Cary was devastated. The next year, their uncle was shot to death in the house where Cary was living. The murder was never solved, and Cary became a suspect. By 1999, exactly 10 years after Steven's death, Cary was working at Cedar Lodge, and that's when he started killing. Think about this. The same household that produced America's most celebrated kidnapping survivor also produced one of California's most brutal serial killers. The Stainer family didn't just experience a tragedy. They embodied every possible extreme of the human condition. Ultimate victimhood and ultimate evil. Heroic courage and monstrous cruelty. Natural inspiration and national horror. All from the same address in Merced, California. Sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction. And sometimes it's just more terrifying than anything we could imagine. Steven Stainer's case prompted California to change laws allowing consecutive prison terms in kidnapping cases. Kenneth Parnell was sentenced to only 7 years for Steven's kidnapping. He served 5. Parnell died in prison in 2008 while serving 25 to life for trying to buy a 4-year-old boy. Cary Stainer remains on death row at San Quentin State Prison. The odds of one family producing both a kidnapping victim turned hero and a serial killer are incalculable. So, what do you think? Did you see that coming? Do you think that's something that could happen quite often? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for listening. I'm Matt, and this has been Mysterious 51.